started reselling with no LLC, no business license, just $100. If you've been getting into reselling, but you're stressing over the legal stuff, in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I was able to start, thrive, make profit without needing any business entity. Now, yes, I eventually got one for tax purposes because I made enough money, but let's face it, we all don't have to start with an LLC right away. And I'm going to help you guys get situated and learn exactly how I did it with a low income and also without having any type of business verification. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Brandon Jones and I specialize in helping you make an extra income stream. Make sure you guys comment below the type of business that you have. Now, I will pick somebody out of a randomizer to win a free product, and the product that we will be shipping is going to be this power bank, okay? This power bank is a 20,000 mAh power bank. So if you want a 20,000 milliamp per hour power bank, make sure you guys are commenting. If I get one comment, I don't need no randomizer. I'm just putting you in straight like that. But if you do comment below, I will be putting you guys on a randomizer, and I will be doing this live. I go live 7 p.m. twice a week. So guys, let's get into the video. Now, let's talk about what you do not need. You don't need an EIN, you don't need an LLC or a business license. You don't need to worry about any of that stuff until you get consistent sales. Now, let me make this very clear. When I first started, I actually didn't need an EIN. I did need an EIN because when I went to wholesale distributors, they wanted my EIN before even let me in the door. If I didn't have the EIN, I only could buy retail. And if I was to buy online wholesale from distributors, I had to provide the EIN. Now, this is why I created a website, Wesply.com, where all resellers without a business license, EIN, or any type of business information can buy wholesale. Because I understand the stress, the pain, the confusion, frustration. It's like before you can actually get started, there's people holding you back. And it's not only frustrating, but it's defeating when you are trying to find products and all you can do is go thrifting or go to different stores to try and find inventory instead of being able to purchase inventory from a store that has plenty of it, right? But they do it for tax purposes. And when you do get consistent sales, you do want to make sure you get the EIN. You do want to make sure you get your LLC because that's going to protect you. And I want to shoot a video breaking down all of my opinions on the business entities and the things that I've learned from them. But right now, I will tell you, if you're just getting started, you don't need that entity. You don't need the LLC, Sole Prop Corp. You don't need any of that. You can start selling on all platforms without it, as long as you're doing it legitimately with good faith. And we'll get into that later. Now, what do you actually need? So when it comes to what you need to actually start, you need at least $100, especially if you're trying to resell. And I went on live and told people I recommend having $300, right? But if you have $100, you can easily get a bulk order of products, especially from Wesply.com and other websites that don't require you to have resellers permits like AliExpress, Alibaba. You can get products, but you want to make sure you have a startup fund. You want to make sure you got some type of bread coming in because it's important to make sure you have money to invest for you to be able to re-up on your money. Make money work for you. That means you need money to work for you. You can't just get money out of thin air. Get out of the drop shipping mindset that, oh, I don't need to spend any money until I get it mindset. No, I'm telling you right now, not because I want you to spend your money with me. You can get it for AliExpress, Alibaba. I want you to spend money on assets because those assets can turn into more money. You got to stop thinking that you can just make money without spending it. That's a myth. And it has held me back for the longest when I just started. I don't want that to happen to you. Now I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I brought with my first $100 because I still have some of the stock. Yes, I said it. I still have some of the products. So first thing that I brought, and I remember this like it was yesterday, was the solar charger. And as you see, the box is all messed up. Listen, when I first started, the solar charger was a hot seller. Now this is over a decade ago, maybe like 9 years. I remember when I was selling this thing and people was buying it because everybody wanted a charger that did not die. And this cost me $7. I brought this and I would sell it for $14. I would sell it for $15.50 or $17.50. I remember this was back then the same thing as like the MagSafe power bank, right? So I definitely got a lot of these. I got a lot of these privacy screen protectors, but this one is not how they used to look. This is actually how they used to look. And this is an iPhone 6 to 7 one, and then you see back in the day how much I used to charge people. $20 literally for these. And you will open it up. Yep, it's still in there. And then you will have these wipes, and then you will have the screen protector. And we used to put these on people's screens and they wouldn't even stick. I remember this like it was yesterday. And this used to cost me like $1.50, and I used to sell it for $20. And now you see how phone stores like AT&T and AT&T and T-Mobile used to get their money, like literally by upcharging. And then I would buy these, which are the 3-in-1 cables. These were popular back then. And then I would just buy a bunch of cables. So my highest selling cable obviously used to be the 6-foot USB to lightning cable. And then we would sell these adapters. And these adapters, so this cost me I think like $1.75, and then this cost me I think $1, depending on quality. And I got the 50-cent ones at first, and then this front part started falling off, or the back started falling off, and then I went to the $1.50 one. And then of course we stuck with the regular USB to lightning cable. This one we stuck to the regular one. But back in the day, I don't think I have any more of them. But back in the day, they used to look like this. Like they weren't in a circle format. They were just regular. And I remember this because these chargers actually helped me make a lot of money. Because what I did was I brought products with $100, as you guys see, that were all needs. So charging at the time was my biggest thing. I wanted to be the person to provide people options to charge their phones. So the reason I showed you these products wasn't to go just down memory lane, but also to show you a pattern. When I first started reselling, I didn't just get the products I can touch and put my hands on. I actually got products that served a similar need. Let me explain. So if I had somebody that wanted to get this, which was that solar charger, I would also sell them on a 6-foot lightning to USB cable so that they can actually plug it in. Where's it at? So they can plug it in to right here on the solar charger. So this was a bundle. Then I would also go and bundle these together. Well, hey, you don't have an iPhone? Well, I got the 3-in-1 cable. You can put it up and pair it with this. Another bundle. Then what I would do is I would either do privacy and regular standard tempered glass, or I would do tempered glass and I would do solar charger. So what I did was I put products together and I brought them so that they can cross promote each other, they can bundle with each other, and it served a certain niche. Like I wasn't really trying to do audio at the time. I was really just focused on charging. So with your first $100, I wouldn't say just buy any products you can touch. I would say if you're focused on selling glasses, buy glasses. Don't buy glasses, shirts, and pants. If you're focused on buying cases to sell, buy all cases. And I know you may be like, well, why would I put all my eggs in one basket? Well, the point is to make sure you can bundle everything. And if you have glasses, then you have shorts, they don't mix. So it's not going to help you when it comes to low ticket, because remember, $100 isn't a lot of money. So that's where you got to use your low ticket items to your benefit by bundling them and selling them for a higher profit margin. And I ain't gonna lie, I just gave y'all game because that's definitely what I did, and it helped me scale and also build my brand. Now, how did I actually list these? Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I knew about Mercari, but I didn't use Mercari because I didn't trust it. I didn't like the fact that I had to wait for people to rate me to get my money, so I stayed away from that platform. I did a lot of street sales. So I would set up in front of schools. I would set up at bus stops. I would go to flea markets. I would do a lot of stuff in the streets, not bad, but I would be out there customer facing. And at that time, it really was because I didn't trust online. Like now, you got Cash App, Venmo, Apple Pay. Back then, I believe you had Cash App, but it wasn't as advanced as it is now. And plus, you really didn't want to not have the physical cash. So I would always tend to physical cash. But when I was selling online, it was always eBay. Now I tried Amazon, but the problem with Amazon, when it came to these chargers, right? And the cases and the solar chargers and the screen protectors, what happened was I ended up needing too much permission. Like every time I wanted to list something, I would have to request the permission from Amazon, and that kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. And that's the reason why I stuck with eBay. Now with eBay, they still have restrictions too. I only could list a certain amount of products and up to a certain amount of money. And see, that was where I started selling low ticket. So if you're an OG to eBay, you know about sellers limits and requesting an increase. And I did not want to keep having to request increases, especially if I was a new account. So I would sell low ticket products and then I would make sure I bundle them. And this all worked for me. And the way that I did it, because again, I was new. So I didn't know about shipping. I didn't know about being mature enough to make sure I go to the post office daily. I would always make my handling time 3 to 5 days, always. I would put it in the description and I would go to the post office at least one day out of the week. I didn't go every day. I didn't go every other day. And this worked for me. I didn't get bad reviews. I was able to keep all my customers happy because I set the proper expectations. And then after I consistently got sales, that's when I started to get a business account. When I started to get enough money to where banks started asking, well, do you have proof of where this money is coming from? That's when I got my business account. Now, I will say that was actually wrong, and I should have got my business account a little bit before that because of a bunch of different things with taxes and also building your business credit. Now, I'll go over that in the next video, and I will make sure I link that below too. And if it's not linked below, I will make sure that's in a playlist for you. But I made sure that I scaled before going into getting all of these entities because you got to pay taxes on LLCs. You have to literally pay taxes. And a lot of people don't know that, but every LLC you actually create, you actually owe money on, even if you don't make any money on that LLC or with that business. So what did I do after my first $100? So when I started making money selling on flea markets, pop-up shops, and also online, I blew it. I'm not about to sit there and tell you guys a fairy tale. No, I blew the money, and then I had to get the money back and redo it, right? And eventually what I did was I opened my first foam store on 5th Street in Philadelphia. Now, that's what I turned all of my income into. I didn't reinvest it into products. I didn't reinvest it. I literally spent it on a store. Now, it's a negative and a positive to that because me spending it on a store was good until I realized I need money to put the products in the store, and that was kind of a big hump for me. But I was able to figure that out, and I was able to successfully open the store and run it properly. But if I could go back, I definitely would reinvest the money into the same products, and I would wait a few months, and I would wait until I have a consistent flow of customers coming back to me for products, because that works and it always helps, especially when you are selling electronics, low ticket ones. It's always good to have people talking about you word of mouth so that you can actually guarantee yourself some profit throughout the week, because eventually what you'll realize is you have slow moments, you got fast moments, and they all vary, and you can't dictate the speed of your sales, but it all worked out for me. I ended up investing into an asset at the time, which was a storefront, and everything worked out. And I was able to learn how to price my products, how to build, how to grow, and then ultimately got my LLC and EIN. So I created this video because I really wanted to share with you guys, you don't need to worry about those legal aspects yet if you have not got the ball rolling. Some of us, we are hyperactive and we overthink and we start to think about the logistics and not even focus on the sales. So I want you guys to start focusing on the sales, because when you focus on the sales, then it makes it 10 times easier to get the LLC, because all that stuff costs money. And one thing you don't want to do is spend money on something that you don't even have the desire to keep going. It sucks if you are paying taxes, $300 and something a year for a business that you regret opening. That's horrible. And you don't want that to happen. So make the right choices, guys, and scale your business. And if you guys need any help, definitely don't hesitate to ask. And I have a link to my reseller community down low. And again, that is my one-on-one mentorship. My one-on-one mentorships are in my community. I work with everybody personally and together. I do live streams. I make sure that if you message me, I give you free call links. I'm there for you guys. I am here to help you. I'm not here to take your money. I'm here to grow and network. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.